A strong college application isn't just about impressive test scores or a long list of extracurriculars. It's about highlighting the unique experiences and qualities that make you, you. But what if I told you that many students are concerned with the wrong aspects of their college application? After all, there's so much to consider beyond your grades. You probably heard somewhere that your application needs to stand out in some way to colleges. However, solely focusing on uncommon or common achievements can start to lead you astray. In reality, what colleges are looking for is authenticity and personal growth, qualities that can shine through even the most common experiences. So, what truly matters in your application? I'm Tom Campbell, former highly selective admission officer from Pomona College in Holy Cross, here to break down the key elements that will help you shift your focus and craft a compelling narrative that resonates with admission officers. Mistake number one, focusing on the number of activities. It's very common for students to think that the more activities you list on your application, the better. However, that is not always the case. Whether or not you have a laundry list of activities or have only participated in maybe 1 to 3, admission officers care more about how your activities relate to your goals and interests and how they've affected your values and characters as you've moved through them throughout high school. The point is, you will not get automatic brownie points or brookie points or blondie points for having a long list of activities. What will have a positive impact on your application, however, is if you can show through your writing how your activities have impacted your growth both as a student and a person. Number two, worrying about content placement. Sometimes you might not be sure if some of your accomplishments and achievements should be channeled towards the activities list in the common application or say the honors and awards section. Debates like these in your head can cause you to stall and overthink the parts of your application that really are not scrutinized in that same light and can cause unnecessary worry and anxiety. It's a myth that placing your accomplishments in the wrong section can be hugely detrimental to your process. Truth be told, it really doesn't matter as much as you think. What matters is the content itself. Ask yourself, are your activities, awards, and honors collectively showing how you spent your time as a high school student and what has motivated you? These are the questions you should ask yourself as you're firming up your application. Mistake number three, not seeing past the personal statement. Now, to clarify, your personal statement is certainly an important way to share your story with colleges. That 650-word essay is a chance to share what drives and motivates you. However, only relying on your personal statement to do that can have you run the risk of neglecting doing important research and consideration on other parts of your application, like, for example, your supplemental essays, those college-specific essays that colleges wrote the questions for themselves to garner certain qualities, connections to their own mission statement and their values that they're hoping to see in your experiences. Your supplemental essays, activities lists, perhaps your additional information section, and any other written components of your application should ideally represent the same quality and investment as your personal statement. Keep in mind, each aspect of your application is an opportunity to shine a light on the different aspects of your uniqueness, your values, your goals, mindsets, your strengths. So don't miss out on these opportunities by putting too much weight and attention on that personal statement and not moving on quickly enough to the other parts. Remove that tunnel vision. All right, mistake number four, thinking that your essay topic is what you're being judged and evaluated on. Worrying about how common your essay topic is really common for students. There's somewhat of a misconception that solely choosing a topic that any other student has written about is going to just cause admissions officers to yawn and not pay attention to your application. For example, I worked with a student a couple years ago who was really worried that writing about her parents' divorce would be too cliche for admission officers because she saw it on a list of common topics. But I had to remind her that her divorce experience and story, from my perspective as a former admission officer, was incredibly unique because she was essentially navigating two completely different worlds in both of her households, both of which shaped her in very meaningful ways. A phrase that I often like to put out there to students is that your topic isn't really your topic. And what I mean by this is that you have to keep in mind that there are millions, yes, millions of students applying to college in the US all across the world. And you are bound to share the same topic with someone else, statistically speaking. Admission officers aren't just judging or scoring you based on your topic alone. And I've never heard of an admission rubric including topic uniqueness as a form of evaluation. Your topic is merely a vehicle to demonstrate how your personal experiences have impacted your growth and your values. That said, you can still make it original and distinctive by connecting the topic to detailed and specific experiences that are true to you and more unique to you as a person. Now, if you're not quite sure how to do this, you can check out our 21 college essay topics and ideas that worked guide and examples linked in this video below. It contains exercises that will help you tie your topic and your experiences together. Mistake number 5, attaching a deficit mindset to your college application. Many students that I've worked with think that getting anything wrong in their application can have a huge negative impact on their admission chances. Bear in mind that your application is not being reviewed like a test, which is probably the form of evaluation that you're most familiar with. Instead, admission officers view your application from a storytelling angle. They're building up a case from you from the ground up. And as they build that case, they're wondering who you are as a person, how you're going to fit into the academic and social culture of their institution, and how their institution can equip you to achieve your future goals. So please don't stress yourself out and strive for perfection with every single word choice or comma splice, or whether or not you used a dash instead of a semicolon. The admission officer isn't scrutinizing and picking apart your application with that editorial lens. Instead, focus on highlighting your humanity, your character, and the life experiences that have been the most influential to you throughout your high school journey. That's going to leave a more lasting impression, not overanalyzing whether or not you should use the word success or drive to describe a certain experience. In other words, focus on the forest, not the individual tree. And mistake number 6, getting sucked into comparison and chance meet culture. Now, it's very easy to fall into the trap of comparing yourself to other students, either from your own high school or from other high schools that you have had no touch point with. Perhaps you're sizing yourself up against someone else's academic achievements that you read online, on Reddit, on TikTok. Regardless, focusing on comparisons is adding unnecessary stress to you and is the easiest way to distract you from accomplishing your task in hand. Admissions officers consider what you have achieved relative to your school's specific profile and already have mechanisms in place, such as looking at historical data from your school from previous applicants and what types of classes they've taken, what a high GPA is for your individual school, and look at documents like your school profile alongside your own individual transcript to help make those context-based decisions about your application. Admissions officers are well aware that not all schools or students have had the same access to opportunities. And even if you did go to a school with lots of different opportunities and activities, it's okay if you didn't take full advantage of every single thing under the sun. Ultimately, as you start to actively engage with your application process, this is when you should shift your mentality to focusing on highlighting what you have done to the best of your abilities and not pinching yourself for missed opportunities in the past. You can't change the past. So using all your mental and emotional energy to focus on that will have you lose out on your present opportunity to stand out. Ultimately, understanding how to craft your applications and what to focus on can help bring relief to a process that at times can be very stressful. Admission officers understand that you're a human being. Don't fall into the trap of being a perfectionist like I was during your application journey. All right, I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check out collegeessayguy.com for more college admission and application tips. We'll see you on the next one.